episode of Gender Corner, a show where we talk about love, gender role, relationship, and everything in between. My name is Emilia, and I'm your host. Today's conversation is about delay in marriages in this generation. And I have an amazing guest with me, a single man who is doing well in his career, but taking his time to say, I do. He will help us to understand why many men are scared of getting married and also share insight if it's financial pressure or fear of commitment. So without further ado, I'll allow my guest to do us the honor by introducing himself and also telling us what he does for a living. Welcome, MC Switch. The other time I was saying if I can switch you on, if you're like switch where I can just switch you on and then you start MC.
I'm not sure you have access to the switch yet.
Okay. All right. I don't know the switch you're talking about, but anyways, please introduce yourself.
My name is MC Switch. I'm a professional MC,
Okay.
an event hype man too, and a comedian. Whatever talk is that brings money, then I'm your guy.
Okay.
So yes.
All right. Now, marriage is no longer a cultural milestone. Now, people make decisions based on their personal experience if they want to get married or not. And a lot of people are on the opinion that they don't want to get married, right? So you're here, you're a single man, and I believe you're doing well in your career. So you help us to break down these layers, right? So let's start personally. Do you feel pressure from society, family, or pair to get married soon?
Definitely, everybody feels pressure to get married.
I'm not sure everybody does. I'm sure.
The pressure is there. Your ability to sustain the pressure
Okay.
is what makes you who you are.
Okay.
Yes, if we're going to talk about the delay in marriage, an overview, we are going to look at it from the roots. Do you
Okay.
understand? And it boils down to our society as Africans. Over the years, polygamy wasn't really an issue. But in modern times, you see where women say they can't get married as second wives or as third wives and all. So that has given that, should I use the word, that power to women rather than to the men.
Yeah, so because women said they will not become second wife, is that what is delaying men from getting married?
Yeah, that's a factor too.
How is that a factor?
You're not giving this man the option to have multiple women in his house as wives.
So because you want to get married to multiple women, that
I'm giving you an overview now. It's not from my own perspective. I'm giving you an overview. That's just one side of
that's what is delaying
That's
men.
one side of it. We're coming from way back.
Okay, because way back men are allowed to marry as mates.
I feel that's a factor.
That was why they got married.
I feel that's a factor.
Okay. All right, no problem. Okay, so do you think financial stability is one of the main reasons men delay marriage, or is just an excuse?
Financial, definitely, it's a reason. It's not an excuse. Okay. The society we live in, nobody wants to have children they can't cater for.
True.
Nobody wants a liability partner. It goes both ways, both for the man and the woman. So financial abilities goes a very long way, yes, to help you determine if you want to get married or not. Although for some persons it might be a bit extreme. You want to be outrightly comfortable before you get married, which for me, most cases, not exactly the case. We are humans, and humans are insatiable.
You said but there are men that they are financially stable, right? Extremely financially stable, and they still don't want to get married. What would be the reason?
That's why I said humans are insatiable. You have this, and the next minute you want something else. I give you an instance. Probably before someone gets married, they'll be like, if I have just one car and a house, I think I should get married.
True.
Then over time, you're rolling in circles that have 3 cars, 4 houses. You feel like, I need to double up and be at this level before I bring in a woman. So, yes, finance plays a very important role.
All right. So some men say men want the benefit of a relationship without the commitment. Do you think our generation has redefined commitment or is simply avoiding it?
The fact that you're pointing this towards the men is the part I don't
because you're a man. I want you to give us your answer based on the men perspective. Yes.
Okay, but what I'm saying is it goes both ways. at least I for one, I'm into entertainment, you understand? So we
Okay.
get to see a whole lot of these persons. I've seen women who say, guy, can we just be good and
Mm.
not get married?
But mostly this statement comes from men. Can we just be
It,
good?
it's used to, not now.
Are you sure?
It's used to, not now. You have a lot of single mothers who are proud to show that they are single mothers.
Because that is what the men want.
No, that's not what the men want.
How can you be
We
so
just
sure?
have women who have set standards,
So
and
is it bad to set standards? Because
yes,
men set standards as well.
yes, that's fair.
Okay.
Regardless of your gender, whatever standard you set is fair. So
Okay.
if a woman is setting standards too, as she has the financial backings
Mm.
to support her standards, she can go.
Go where?
Only that in the end, old age might not exactly favor her.
I
So
think that's where you guys always make the mistake, like old age. See, we are all
I said
getting old.
might not exactly.
Might not in what way?
Biologically, a man
Okay.
is very active till
Is
whenever.
that one thing? You don't know that as much as a man is very active, sometimes the sperm that comes from, don't let me say things that
Yes, fine.
but the sperm that comes from a man does not necessarily mean he will give you an healthy child. Hope you know that.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
not just about a woman now. Whether the women once they are getting to some certain age, it affects their it also affects them. But same thing goes with the men.
The quality of the seed from the man, I'm not sure
Yes.
exactly depends on age. It
Are you
depends on habits.
no, it's not. But
It's more of habits than age.
let's move on. Let's move on. So how much influence does social media expectation like luxury wedding, couple goals, and lifestyle pressure play in the delay of marriage today?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I think week in, week out, you can't skip it. There's barely a celebrity in Nigeria now that doesn't want to have a big wedding.
Of course.
But it's exactly the same in the West, in Western countries. I think there you might just have 10, 15 persons, they are married and they are gone. But here
Mhm.
in Africa, because we have the money, and yes, your parents be like, why
And
would
they
I
want
have
to bring the
somebody
whole
like you?
community.
You want to bring in the whole
Mm,
community. It's definitely at some point imprints into the subconscious of most youths, and they just, even if not as big as that, they
that
want
they
the
want
big,
to,
big, big, big
yeah.
wedding.
Yeah.
Eh,
Well,
well, there are two factors for me exactly.
okay.
Now, I'll give you this side of it, which it might sound a bit funny, but yes, it's true. It's a fear.
Okay.
For someone that's into the entertainment circle, you have fears. You've
Mm,
seen a whole lot of things that women get involved in,
okay.
and that begins to you begin to exercise extra care
Okay.
in selecting especially
No,
if
I mean in terms of luxury wedding. Would
luxury
you want
wedding.
to do luxury wedding because you are in the entertainment industry and because of what you've seen, because of the caliber of people you now have, you are not saying, oh, I must do luxury wedding because of course I want people that come, they should see the doings.
Funny enough, I think my wedding is going to be subject to my wife's opinion.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think it's a long-term decision.
True.
I'm cool with either a low-key wedding or a high-profile wedding,
Mm,
but it boils down to what exactly she
true.
wants, then we can work it out.
That's it. Intentional man. Okay. All right. So do you think men are delaying marriage out of emotional unpreparedness, like fear of vulnerability, trauma, or pressure to get it right?
Oh, in times past, that wasn't an issue, but
Yeah.
in current times, you can't help but admit it's an issue.
Okay.
I mean, okay, there are some persons in the recent case, we had this Soul Two-Face saga and all. There are some persons with the idea that the media is putting too much pressure on some of these
Yeah.
guys, and yes, it translates to instability emotionally.
Mm,
Even if you're with a woman you love, if there's too much interference from family
from
and
family.
outsiders,
Yeah.
it creates an imbalance and it begins to make you feel insecure about your
Mm,
partner. That's I don't know. I just think everybody's special.
yeah.
Everybody has their own peculiarities. So knowing who exactly you are and finding someone who understands
What you
what you
want.
want
Yeah.
and what the other person wants, so and you're
Mm,
ready to work
like when
towards
your goals align.
that's all that matters basically.
Thank you so far,
Thank you very much.
MC Switch. If you met the right person today, will you get married to them, or do you believe in perfect timing?
There's no perfect time in marriage.
Well, some people say this is not the right time.
No, no. If I was financially stable as at 5 years back, I would have been married 5 years ago.
So if you see someone, like I said, if you see someone, a lady that loves you, and when I say loves you with everything, and she's not the kind of person that will go outside and start telling people, "Oh, I'm the one that foots the bill, I'm the one that did it," except maybe you did something, oh. But if you see a lady that would do this, all she wants from you is
That's
just
the
for you to
part.
pay,
That is the part. To do something.
and maybe
That
like cheat on
those
her,
somethings, those
because
something.
since you trigger a woman to say something that she's
It
not
might not
ready
just be
to,
cheating.
okay,
It might not just be cheating. Those something are you can't evict them from marriages.
true,
And most persons are not mentally capable of handling
some
those
situation,
situations
yeah.
like that. So as an African man, it's better to outrightly avoid it than to be. I give you an instance. Let's not even get into marriage.
Okay.
A friend, right? While we're in school. So this guy, a fine boy. So most ladies. So there's this particular girl that likes him extra, extra.
Okay.
She was feeding the guy, clothes she go buy. At some point, he was even lying that his school fees was not complete. She was paying.
You see, he was
No,
lying.
chill now, chill
Okay.
now. And that's because I told him he was lying. Now, this lady at some point could cover everything.
Okay.
Fast forward to final year. Yeah, final year. So I think her dream was to study in one of these private universities in Nigeria. I think the guy had this dream all along to study outside. In the heated conversation, the girl was like, you, after all I've done for you, there is no sane African man that wants to hear that at any point in his life.
Okay, now she made that statement because he's planning to
To go
travel.
outside,
But
yes.
did he like carry her along? Like, okay, even if I travel, I'm still gonna be there, or we're still gonna be together.
In your heart of hearts now, in your heart of hearts now,
Yes, in
do
my
you
heart
really
of hearts.
believe he's going to go outside and spend a couple of years
Well,
and be
some
after
men would do because of what the sacrifices the woman
some
has
men?
yes,
Is
some
that fear
men.
exactly that she has?
Okay, that made her, but she didn't tell outside that. She told him, like,
Yeah.
after what I've done, you want to break my
I
heart.
was right
That's
there. I
like,
was
like a valid question. Like she's asking him, like after what we've been through, you want to
you're
be,
rephrasing it. It's not after what we've been
well,
through.
after what I've done for you. Men do say it too. This thing is, see, these things are two wasting. It's not like it's only women that say it. There are some men that after they might have spent 2 naira, 1 naira on you, and maybe you break up with them, they'll be like, after what I've done for you, after all the things I did for you, after all the gift. So it's not just women that say
You don't
this.
think it's better coming from a man than from a woman?
Why?
Even constitutionally in
It's
some
better coming
countries,
from
except I
anybody.
don't know if Nigeria is yet to legalize stuff like that. In other countries that I know of, not
Mm,
African countries though, if there's a divorce case, a man splits
that's if they are
his
married.
assets. Yes, if they are married, splits his assets into three, I think,
Mm.
and the woman takes two.
No, they do it here in Nigeria too.
They do it in
If you
Nigeria
yes,
too.
if you get married, if you do
So how
false
many
wedding,
cases have we seen where if the woman is the wealthier person, she
mm.
gets to split her assets into two, then
Why
they
why
share?
she's split us?
Oh, okay, now you're supporting the claim. I love that.
But then again, this thing is two ways thing. It's not just women
I
that
think
say it.
constitutionally now, and you're trying to dodge it.
All right, moving on. Okay, before I let you go, what can be done to ease the pressure, change the narrative, and help young people, especially men, approach marriage in a healthier and more confident way?
Ooh. Um, Forgive my being a cake in thinking.
No
I can
problem.
be a very traditional man.
I can see that.
No, I'm just saying. I think the answer lies in religion and culture. Do you understand? Culture wise, I think over time we have been too westernized to want to. So, yes, westernization is good, but at the home front, it's just good that parents from a young age begin sex education too. Do you understand? Where we parents get to talk to kids about marriage, about
Mm,
their sexuality, about early enough. Then in that way, they know that there's something like this and they begin to prepare for it. Some persons they only get to know about these things from a very late age. So
yeah.
start preparing That's an extra year or extra
Okay.
years in. So yes, the home front, the family, religion, and culture has a lot
Mm,
to do to help at least make people make up their mind earlier
really.
as
Okay.
regards
So,
marriage.
what's your advice to our viewers, the single men, the single women, and this advice goes to you
To
too
me, it's
because you're single.
yes, it's not. Um, find someone that works with your ideology, and that's all that matters. If the person resonates with your timing,
Mm,
resonates with your ideas, I think every other thing just falls into place. Even
okay.
your parents too, they just get to fall into place.
All right. Thank you so much, MC Switch.
Thank you for
You said
having
I
me.
cannot switch. You're switch. That is okay. And so, our viewers, we want to hear from you. Are you single and being pressured to settle down? Why do you think delay in marriages is happening in this generation? We want to hear your comment. Please drop it in the comment section and we'll be glad to read from you. And that will be all on Gender Corner, where we talk about love, relationship, gender role. My name is Emilia and I'm your host. I will see you on the next episode.